we're starting a new thing because typing is just way too much. Um, this is the weekly. So give yourselves a, round of applause if you made weekly this week, 'cause it's a shit show. Anyways, let's take a look at some of this year's stats. Okay, we don't need to look at Bryce Young's fucking courageous year so far. Justin Herbert, it's the Chargers. Wow. Congrats to the Chargers being the leading passer. Um, with the most completions as well with Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow. What are the odds of three quarterbacks having the exact same? CJ Stroud. Um, that's fucking awful. Look how many people threw picks. Josh Allen, 21 picks. Damn. I mean, if you're looking to trade, hit me up. Bobby Boucher. Again, one. I have so many questions, but 8 and 18. And your longest is a 33-yard. That has to be the lowest, right? From a starting quarterback. I guess, yeah, it is the lowest for, I guess, this. I don't think they have another starting quarterback, no? No, they do not. That is their lead. That is upsetting to see. Time sacked. Tyler Van Dyke, 21 times. That's your starting quarterback this year? Can we look at the Giants real quick? Wow. I mean, he's probably doing better than both the other top rookie quarterbacks that got drafted. Wow, really? Where did Will go? I forgot about this Anthony Richardson. Yes, he is. He is. Let's just continue. Matt Corral, for some reason, is doing pretty good. I mean, the 11 picks, but I mean, everybody seems to be throwing a shit ton of picks this year. Sam is doing pretty good, actually. Only 5 interceptions. Derek Carr is doing great. Geno Smith is the starting quarterback for the Rams. I just want to put it out there that this one interception and this one attempt is in the Bucks game versus the Bucks. Okay, just putting it out there. There he is. This is the Will guy I'm looking for. He's actually doing okay. He's literally 8 for 8 though for touchdowns, interceptions. Tyler Huntley is doing absolute shit. Davis Mills needs to check in at this point. 21 interceptions. I mean, shit. I thought Bryce was doing fucking terrible. Um, Titans, Malik Willis is getting a little bit of the starting role now, which is good to see. That overall is probably very low, though. 68 overall. Hendon Hooker, another rookie quarterback that's now starting over Kirk Cousins. And he's not doing half bad. If he started the whole year, I think he would have a pretty good showing. Can I just go back? That fucking pitcher, though, is something. Rushing department. Let's go. Ooh, look at this. It's Isaiah Pacheco. Oh, negative 18. Oh, it's a Sean Watson. He's allowed. Leads the league. I just want to put it out there. After 10 yards, I do slide you. You fucking fuck you, Chiefs. But anyways, let's not talk about the Bucks. It's not about the Bucks right now. It's about the Chiefs being the leading rusher in the league. 7 rushing touchdowns. And he hasn't fumbled. Wow, that is more impressive. Yards after contact, 207. Longest is a 65. Games played, he's only played 5. Downs played 187. I mean, to me, that's nice. DeAndre Swift also having a pretty good year. Only the one touchdown. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong ones. 7 touchdowns. We got Robinson, who's doing, I mean, as a rookie, I mean, if you don't, it's going to be a quarterback who's going to win Rookie of the Year most likely. But I mean, this man should, I would give this man Rookie of the Year. Let's be real. Brees Hall, 487 yards with 3 touchdowns. Okay, then you got the rest of these boys. Kenneth Gainwell is starting. Christian McCaffrey. I thought he was doing good. Apparently, he's still doing good, but he's not the top. Any like surprising? Devin Singletary got picked up by the Seahawks. 311 yards, 3 touchdowns. Good for you. And your longest is a 97. You have probably the longest in the... Yeah, you do. Good for you. Good for you. Touchdowns, yeah, we have the most there. Who has the most fumbles? Yikes. Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. Oh, my God. But then it goes to a receiver. And James Cook. Dotson. Yikes. Receiving wise, let's take a nice, beautiful look at this. It's Christian Watson who leads the league. 721 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's pretty good, and he has 27 receptions. That's really good. Mike Williams, next man up, 655, 4 touchdowns. Jonnu Smith, the new acquisition in Washington, doesn't have his first touchdown, but he's got the third most receiving yards, and he's got 27 catches to go with it. His longest is an 84. How the fuck did you get caught after running 84 yards? Is my question now. Chris Godwin, the monster of it all. Actually, does he lead in receptions? Of course he does. Of course he does. Anyways, Chris Godwin, 534. 6 touch. Oh, does he also? No, he doesn't, because Christian Watson had more. And there's actually a few other people. Jamar Chase, 8 touchdowns. And Tyler Boyd, 7. Man, Joe Burrow going off. Michael Pittman having a pretty good year. 512, 4 touchdowns. Oh, the rookie. The rookie Bigsby. 5 touchdowns, 501 yards. He gets a touchdown for every 100 yards. Seems to be the thing. Tyreek Hill. How do you only have 12 receptions with Tyreek Hill? Okay? This is the thing we all need to look at. Who the fuck only gives him the ball 12 times through the air at least? I don't know if he has any. Let's see if he has any rushing yards. Well, Patriots really, see, this is why they lost. It's 0. They held them. But I mean, look at week 1. He had a fantastic start to the season. He did. 3 receptions only, though. I mean, the receptions could pick up. But 124 yards. Seems like he's getting the yards still. He's getting big plays, probably just these deep bombs. He had the touchdown. His longest was a 71. Then it was an 80. Then it was a 75. And now his last 2 games starting to slow down. I mean, still 85 yards. But week 4 against the Patriots, nothing. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, everybody. That's not rushing. No, he doesn't have a single rushing attempt. So yeah, you got to get the ball in this man's hands more often. Justin Jefferson's up there, 477. He's having a good year. And I think the guy wanted to trade Justin Jefferson, the coach, because he said he wasn't using him properly or something like that. He wasn't fitting his scheme that he was running, and he wanted to get rid of him. But it's good to see him. 477, 5 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, I mean, that old man is still putting in some work. Cooper Kupp is he's a freaking Cardinal. Huh. Well, there goes his career. Devin Duvernay, I mean, yeah, it's good yards. Good yards. Good yards. Michael Gallup, Marquise Hollywood, Drake London, young receiver there. James Burrow, 384, 3 touchdowns. Let's just go see some. Actually, I want to see blocking real quick. Who has allowed the most sacks? This Rob Havenstein. Yeah. Colton Miller, too. DJ Humphries. Caesar. Okay, like, I mean, that's not the most interesting category to look at, but I mean, it's something. Leading tackler, Fred Warner, of course, but solo tackler is going to be Shaquille Leonard. TJ Edwards, wow. This guy is having a year. This Divine Diablo guy. He is going off. Just kind of looking more at his stats. His first game, 4 interceptions, which already kind of set the league there. And he had 80. Did he score a touchdown? He did. He scored 1 out of 4. Um, then they versed the Packers. He only had the 5 tackles. Didn't really do much else. I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't have a forced fumble this season. 11 tackles against the Cowboys. Like that's a really good game there. And I'm just talking about solo tackles here, not the total tackles. That's a good game for him. I mean, that's probably a huge reason why they were in that game still, because this man's just making tackles as a middle linebacker. That means, usually the time that they're getting tackles is within 5 yards, 10 yards if that. Broncos, not very much went on. And then the Bills, pretty good game. I'm telling you, when this guy goes off, seems to have good games. Their defense, though, needs to pick the rest of the slack up. Just kind of looking more at the tackle leaders. Jermaine Pratt, the new acquisition there in New York, the Giants. He's having a okay season. Sacks, who's leading? Brian Burns, 10. And then DeMarcus Lawrence and Chris Jones. Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson is their leading sack leader in California. That's crazy. Nick Bosa's right behind him, though, but... Oh, the rookie, Isaiah Foskey. 4.5 sacks. There you go. It's good to see all this. Who's leading in picks? Oh, speaking of who's leading in picks. That is incorrect. No, no, that is correct. Never mind. A lot of people have 5. Trent McDuffie. Only the 2 linebackers up here so far. Both the Raiders and the Bucks. Next linebacker up is actually Jamin Davis. He also has 5. And then it would be Nick Bolton. So, good linebackers starting to look like little DBs out here, I'm telling you. Bobby Wagner also has 3 picks. Good for him. What about forced fumbles? One of my favorite categories. Devin White, Percy Butler, and Jaylon Johnson. There's actually a few more. Marcus Peters, Micah Parsons, and Kyle Duggar. Safeties. Brian Burns, Nick Bosa, Von Miller, Chris Jones, Daxton Hill, and Drake Jackson. Few 2 touchdown people. Eric Stokes, Jamal Adams, Von Bell. Let's see some kick returns. Does anybody have 2? No. There is a bunch of 1s, though. There's a lot of kick returns going off. 1 by a rookie here. 2 by a rookie. 3 by the rookies. Wow, rookies are coming out this year. Yards, Cavante Turpin, 639 air. That's a lot of yards. Punt return touchdowns, nobody yet. Stephon Diggs goes backwards. This Nazir Compton guy is it's a good addition for the Green Bay Packers. Just taking a look at when he was drafted. 4th round, 32th pick. It's basically the 5th round. You can look at some punting. Rodrigo Sanchez, 810 punting yards. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if you want that. Is anybody blocked? No. Oh, Johnny Hecker within the 20. Touchback punts. Rodrigo, okay. Longest punts, a 75-yard punt. That thing had to bounce. AJ Cole. Cameron Johnston, too. Kicking. Let's go field goals made. Actually, field goals attempted. So Chris Boswell has the most field goals attempted in Pittsburgh with 14, and he's only missed 2 this year. Joey Sly also missed 2, but he has 10 attempted, only 8 converted. Matt Gay's perfect on the season. Is anybody else perfect on the season? There's quite a few. 2 for 2 only, though. 2 for 2. 8 for 8 is the Matt Gay. Jake Moody. Nick Folk. Oh, another 6 for 6. Steve McCain, the rookie kicker. 6 for 6. His longest is a 40. Joey Sly's longest is a 63. Boswell's is a 59. Greg Zerline is a 59. Will Lutz is a 58. People just nailing these 50, 60-yard field goals here. Field goals blocked. Brandon McManus. His 1 field goal miss is from a block. Extra points here. Let's go extra points attempted. Evan McPherson has missed 1. Everybody else seems to be perfect. Oh my god, Jake Elliott missing 3. Everybody else is kind of seeming to be... Cody Parkey's missed 1. Harrison Butker. Wow, missed 4. It's crazy. Joey Sly missing some there as well. Let's see, extra points blocked. Dustin Hopkins and Daniel Carlson both have been blocked. So you're telling me Pittsburgh, well, Pittsburgh actually missed 2 on the year. One of them was from 50. One of them was below 50. And he only had the 2 missed there. Cardinals has been, Will Lutz has been nailing them from 50 plus. Let's look at some schedules this week though. So the Panthers overcomes the Minnesota Vikings in a 25-17 win. It's good to see from the Carolina Panthers. Bills and Giants. Bills just win it by a field goal. Atlanta beats Miami. They're on a hot streak right now. I want to talk about Atlanta. They've got some sort of power right now. I don't know what the fuck is happening in Atlanta, but they are turning this year around. Rushing, receiving. Oh, there you go. Speaking of Tyreek Hill, he's back at 100 yards. Only the 2 receptions though. Sacks, all from Miami actually. But all the interceptions are mostly from the Falcons. I don't know if he's just forcing throws from pressure, but none of the Falcons defenders got to him, so maybe just not reading the defense properly here for the Miami Dolphins. So frustrating day at the office for Miami. But it's good to see the Falcons starting to pick this year up again. Patriots and Bengals. Bengals take that one 34-31. Philly beats Pittsburgh 21-10. And the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-14. Alright, taking a look at some of the standings. The Chiefs and Packers and Bengals. The only teams undefeated right now. Chiefs and Packers still at 5 games, though. Bengals proved to win out this week. I believe Chiefs are on a bye week this week. I'm not sure about the Packers. I didn't really look. I just kind of want to look more at the AFC North. We're going to look at each division individually here. Bengals, of course, top of the division. Steelers looking pretty good themselves, but Ravens, I'm not sure what happened, but they are starting the year 0-5. And this is a team, I'm pretty sure they went to the Super Bowl last season with the Green Bay Packers. So surprising to see that. But let's move on to the AFC South here as we have the Titans 3-2, tied with the Jaguars who are also 3-2. And then you have your Texans and Colts both 0-5 on the year. So it's looking like it's just going to be a Titans Jaguars division there. AFC East, Patriots lead this one 4-2 on the year. Jets 2-3. Dolphins 2-4. Bills 2-4. I would have had this all flipped. I would have said rather Bills or Dolphins number 1, Jets 3rd, Patriots 4th. But they had a really good draft with their speed, so you know what? I'm actually not too surprised at the Patriots now that I think about it are number 1 in their division. AFC West, we know about the Chiefs already. Raiders 3-2. I thought they would be one of the teams to be undefeated at this point of the season, but we are wrong. Broncos 2-3, and that's about it in that division. Packers 5-0. Next is the Bears 3-2, Lions 3-2, Vikings 1-5. They almost got their second win of the year this week, just losing by that field goal there. Panthers, though, in this division, 5-1. Buccaneers 3-2. Falcons 3-3, and Saints 1-4. The Falcons, it's a big win actually against the Buccaneers. That was a huge win that they had. So that could put them to second just like that. We're going to be looking at the NFC East now. Giants 3-3, Eagles 4-2, Commanders 3-2, Cowboys 2-3. This whole division, I think, is always pretty close, and this year is proving it. The facts. 49ers in the NFC West 4-2, Cardinals 4-1, Seahawks 3-2, Rams 1-4. So this whole division as well is pretty close, except the bottom seed there. It's good to see. Points for, though. Let's take a look. Bengals. They do have one extra game over most teams there, but they've got 213 points for. Packers, who are actually a game behind them, 201 points. That is good. Panthers, who are in the Bucks division, 177 points for in 6 games. Just kind of looking at through some of the rest here. Number 1 seed, the Chiefs, who are 5-0, only have 141. The worst offenses for points for, 69 for the Texans, 72 for the Saints, 94 for the Jets. Colts have 97, and Jaguars have 98. And 2 of these teams are winless. Let's see some points against. Chiefs have the best points against defense with 60. Seahawks with 85. Buccaneers with 87. But it's pretty good. Lions actually 95, showing their defense. And Titans as well, 98. All pretty impressive here. Panthers up here as well. They got 100 only, tied with the Bears. Jets seem to have a good defense. It's just their offense needs to do a little bit better. Looking at some of the other teams here, just kind of scrolling down. So that's good to see. Who the biggest streak is obviously the undefeated teams, but anybody else that's kind of surprising? 3-win streak for the Steelers. It's good to see from them, and same thing with the Eagles. They are also on a little bit of a streak going on. And one of the last things we will be looking into is players of the week. So on the NFC side, we got Matt Corral for the Panthers. Actually, both offense and defensive players for the NFC are both on the Panthers in week 1. As Matt Corral threw for 301, 3 passing touchdowns, threw a pick, sacked 6 times, 3 carries, 1 rush yard, and 1 rushing touchdown. It was most likely a QB sneak. And that got player of the week. I mean, it's still a great performance, but I mean, that's nothing too crazy. I mean, 3 passing touchdowns, that's nice. Brian Burns, though, 6 tackles, 5 sacks. On the AFC side, it's not a quarterback, it's a running back. Breece Hall, 225 rushing yards on 13 carries. He's got 2 touchdowns to go with it, 2 receptions, 14 yards on the year, or on the game, sorry. We know about Diablo, 7 tackles, the 4 picks, the 1 touchdowns. We kind of covered that basis, knew he was winning that. Week 2, Matt Corral back-to-back weeks threw for 301 yards. This time he threw for 5 passing touchdowns, threw 1 pick, only was sacked 1 time. He's got 2 carries, and they both went backwards. Devin White was the defensive player of the week for the NFC there, as he got 5 tackles, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble. Joe Burrow on the AFC side, 317 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, sacked just the 1 time, 3 carries, but all 3 went negative yards. Von Bell as well from the Bengals was the AFC defensive player now. 5 tackles, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 touchdowns. Week 3, NFC is going to go to Christian Watson. 8 receptions, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 2 carries, 5 rushing yards, and he also had a rushing touchdown to go with it. So 4 touchdowns in that game for Christian Watson. Defense on the NFC side is going to be Jackson here. 3 tackles, 3 picks, 1 touchdown. Looking more at the AFC offense now is going to be Tua, who goes 305 yards, 4 passing touchdowns. Has the 1 carry, didn't go anywhere. Harrison, 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, is the AFC Defensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Game and Week. My goodness. Devin Singletary, it's good to see him have this. 196 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 receptions, 18 receiving yards. Woods, 2 tackles, 4 picks. A lot of these 4 interceptions this season. And 1 touchdown in week 4. Joe Burrow once again. It's his 2nd time being on the player of the week, as he goes for 224, 4 passing touchdowns, sacked the 1 time, had the 2 carries, but once again goes backwards. And Fulton, 6 tackles, 2 interceptions for the AFC Defensive Player of the Week on week 4. Week 5, Bigsby, that's the rookie. 5 receptions, 257 yards. He had 2 receiving touchdowns. And Jalen Ramsey here, 4 tackles, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 touchdown. He had a hell of a game, too. And Joe Burrow, once again, the 3rd time we're seeing him on here. And Harrison as well, actually, the 2nd time we've seen him. But 419 yards, 5 passing touchdowns, sacked 3 times, 4 carries, 20 yards. Harrison had the 8 tackles, 3 interceptions to cap off Week 5's Defensive Player and Offensive Player of the Weeks. Looking at more of the coaching staff here, we're going to look. So John Madden He's got 19 career wins, 4 career losses. And he has only one winning season, but I mean, we've only played the one season. Sonny Smokes, 18 career wins. He only has the 3 career losses and 1 career tie. Max Holloway retires from the UFC and comes to the Raiders to coach. 18 wins, 4 career losses. Another John Madden, 17 career wins, 6 career losses. Nikki Price, 17 career wins, 6 losses. Young Madre, 16 career wins, 7 losses as well. Joe Sloan, 15 career wins, 7 losses. John Madden the third, apparently, 13 career wins, 10 losses. That's the first double-digit loss we've seen. Of course, it's the Dolphins. Munchie Muncher, good name. 13 career wins, 9 losses. Just who ya daddy is 12 and 10. AJ Dottler is 12 and 10. Robert Morin is 12 and 10. Robert Reed is 12 and 11. Cole Smith is the first under 500 percentage here, and he's going to be 10 for 12. Brian DeBull, no, that's not a real. Jimbo McCummon, 8 and 10. John Madden the fourth, 8 and 10. Johnny McTubby, it's a great name, 7 for 16. Priest Pai Mei, 7 for 15. Al Pacino is 5 for 17. Jeremiah Baker, 4 for 16. Shark McVay, 4 for 2. Devron Madden is 4 for 18. 4 for 18. That's it's not very good there. Jesse Alexander Sant is 4 for 5. Marcus Johnson is 3 for 7. Nez P is 3 and 0. And Darrelle Revis, I'm pretty sure is what they're going for, is 2 for 4. Robert Kelly, 2 for 3. And Carson Skanalik, I don't know how to say this guy's name. Shahalik. Who fucking knows? You're 1 and 5. Postseason. Looking at who is the number 1 for playoff wins. Who ya daddy is tied with John Madden here for 2 wins in the playoffs. They also have 2 playoff losses. Super Bowl, we're going to look at John Harbaugh and Matt LaFleur. Kyle Shanahan has a Super Bowl loss. Okay. So, is Matt LaFleur and John Harbaugh then not, like, are they still, I gotta look into that actually, are they not created coaches? I thought you had to be a created coach, but, so, tonight we should be advancing the league, and just looking at next week's matchups. Week 7, we got the Commanders, Packers, Chiefs and Bears, Dolphins and Bills. That's actually that's a big game. I versus the fucking Falcons again. Okay, revenge story of the year. Titans and Steelers, Patriots and Jets. I mean, that's a pretty big game too. Bengals and Browns, Cardinals and 49ers. That's game of the week for sure. Rams and Giants, Cowboys, Seahawks, Raiders, Vikings, Ravens, Broncos, Texans, Jaguars. So if I'm putting in my predictions for who's winning, Packers take the W here. I'm going to say Chiefs for this one for sure. We're going to go with, I don't know, the Miami Dolphins also lost to the Falcons pretty big last year, but Johnny has been throwing a lot of picks. Miami's defense is pretty darn good. I'm going to go with Miami in this one. Bucks and Falcons. I cannot win a game for the life of me, but I'm still going to go with myself. The Buccaneers. They're going to destroy this game. They're winning 55 to fucking 2. We're going to allow a safety. Steelers are going to take this one over the Titans. I actually think the this is a tough one, actually. This is a really tough one. I'm actually going to go with the Jets on this one. I think the Jets are going to take the Patriots in this matchup. Bengals and Browns, I'm going to go with the, you know what? I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm going to say Browns give the Bengals their first loss. I just feel it. I feel it. I feel like we're now that we're paying attention to it, Browns are beating the Bengals. Cardinals and 49ers. I'm going to have to give this one to the 49ers. The Cardinals guy has not been looking too good against the Niners this season. Giants and Rams. Giants for sure. Cowboys and Seahawks. We're going to give that one to... We'll probably give that one actually to the Seahawks. We'll say the Seahawks. Raiders and Vikings. Raiders. Broncos and Ravens. Well, I mean... I would normally say Ravens, but I'm actually going to go with the Broncos. They've been looking pretty nice. Texans and Jaguars, Jaguars. That is my predictions here. If we're looking at some of the week 6 here, Chargers and Jaguars. You know what? You know what? Wait, they played one, but there's no score line. Unless they're playing right now. I don't know. I'm gonna give my guy the Chargers the win on this. I feel like he's gonna come out of nowhere. I'm giving him the love right now. Chargers, you're winning this game. Saints and Titans, Titans, you would take this game here. Ravens and Texans, two teams who are getting, someone's getting a win or a tie. I gotta go with the Ravens though. Packers and Lions. Whew. I want to say if they play, Lions win. Lions put the Packers or give their Packers their first loss. Chicago and Seattle. I'm gonna say Chicago on this one. Colts and Cardinals. Okay, it says they played one, but it doesn't show a score line. And I highly doubt they're all playing right now. But Bears, I think, win against the Seahawks. Colts and Cardinals. Cardinals win. Broncos and Raiders. Raiders win. And that is all for the matchups there.